everyone, it is a pleasure to give a talk in RDA 16 virtual plenary meeting. I'm Iftikhar Hayat, Associate Director Business Excellence at Charles Darwin University. First of all, I want to recognize recognition of traditional owners and indigenous cultures. Charles Darwin University acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which we are meeting and pays respect to elders, both past and present, and extends that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander. In 2019, I took the lead on research data management project to understand the research data management landscape at Charles Darwin University. I developed a survey consist of 47 questions and it contains 7 sections. So the sections are as follows: personal profile, planning, RDM, managing research data, publishing research data, storing research data, sharing research data, and training data. When we run the survey, 125 responded to the survey. 59 of them are staff and 66 are higher degree by research students, PhD and master by research. I'm not going to look at each and every aspect of the survey here. From each section, I will highlight the key questions and the response to it. So in terms of data management planning, we asked them, do you have a data management plan? 60% of them said, yes, I have a data management plan. The reasons they provided of having a data management plan is good research practice, required by the Australian Code for the Responsible Conduct of Research, required by institution, college, research center, or funder. But if you look at their research data management plan, it's not like a proper research data management plan. It's maybe a piece of paper or a template they are using from a long time, or it's a Word document kind of that they are using. 40% of them said that they don't have a data management plan, and the reason most of them gave is lack of knowledge or experience in creating data management plan. Some of them, they said they don't know what it is, and some mentioned that it is not required. In terms of managing research data, we asked them who are the key stakeholders responsible for managing research data and what type of sensitive data do you have. So in terms of key stakeholder, they said myself or whoever is responsible for the project, research project manager if they have a supervisor or someone there to look after it, or research assistant who are helping them in that project. And the type of sensitive data they have in those projects are cultural sensitive data, sensitive health information, or personal identifiable information. We also asked them, do you submit your supplementary data to the journal publishers in terms of publishing research data? 60% said only when it is required. 10% said yes, and 30% said no. Why they said no? Maybe this will answer in the Creative Commons Attribution License. We asked about them. 50% of them said, what is Creative Commons license? And they have no idea on it. 10% said yes, they do assign Creative Commons license to their data. 40% said no, and the reason they gave is I don't publish data. It is a protected resource. And the reason they gave, haven't thought of it. So it goes same for when they publish data with the journals, they have the same thing in mind. In terms of storage, we asked them, do you store your data for long-term preservation, and where do you store it? So in terms of long-term preservation, they mentioned about institutional repository. So in our case, CDU research web portal that we have, and it's available online and free to access. Anyone can access it from anywhere in the world. And the other repository they mentioned is about discipline specific repository. We also asked them, do you follow any metadata standards? 80% of the users, they don't know what is metadata standard. So what is metadata? Only 20% know that there are some metadata there, and they can assign some metadata to their data sets. And we also asked them, who would you expect to access and use your research data? So most of them said other researchers in my institutions, researchers in other academic institutions, funders, and general publics. It's interesting to see nobody said the commercial or industrial people can use it. So this is something interesting for us. In terms of sharing your research data, so publicly, So they mentioned that they can publicly share their research data, and why they do so. 25% said yes, they do. They want to do it. 49.45% said not currently, but expect to do so in future. And 25.27 said no. So, and the reason they gave is for not sharing the data is it's a personal thing, and they want to protect their data, and they have many publication lined up. They don't want anyone to take it. For those who said yes, I do so, they mentioned the answer they have. The motivation they have enables data to be validated and tested by others. Potential for others to reuse the data for scientific or educational purposes. Research is a public good and should be open to all. It saves time and effort of sharing results with individual, and it safeguards research integrity. So it means they have this understanding of why they want to share that. So the last stage of the survey is to identify user need, because we want to apply a design thinking approach in research data management. So we want to understand what are their needs. So in terms of the top need is they want to learn how to develop a research data management plan. The second need they have is how to look at the data processing techniques and tools. What, for example, R or Python is some of the things that they indicated in their survey that they want to learn. And they also want to learn about intellectual property, IP, and data ownership rights. They also want to learn about metadata and describing research data. And I think the number is low here because a lot of them, they don't know what is metadata. So we have to educate them about metadata as well. They also want to learn about ethics, consent issues with research data. They also want to learn about publishing and sharing of research data and data storage and preservation. So now if I look at CDU, future of CDU, so we have developed institutional policies and procedures. So last year we updated our procedure document. And in the future, we want to see it to be accepted as part of the culture, and we want to review and update it as and when required. We have developed the support services, so we have a team of librarians who provide research support and services. So we have identified the responsibilities for them to provide research support. We have delivered basic training to our staff and students, and we want to review our services again in the future, invest in skills, and we want to develop new. In terms of managing research data, so currently data is stored in ad hoc facilities. So we are looking for a solution to have a data storage to be implemented in CDU in the future. In terms of IT infrastructure, we have a basic technology infrastructure in place, but we are looking and we are discussing with our management to have funds to invest in technology and skills. Now, if you have any questions regarding the what is RDM at CDU right now, you can email me or contact me at this number. Thank you so much.